Today we are giving you 3 for the price of 1.
3!
Welcome to the 3 cities in Malta. So we've got a return ticket for the ferry to take us from Valletta to the 3 cities, and it costs €7.60. So we're on board the ferry and it should only take us about 10 minutes to get across.
Are you looking forward to the ferry ride?
Yes, but I'm making sure I'm not going to get burnt, so I'm going to wear my Malta cap, which we actually bought in 2019, which was the last time that we were here.
This is perfect clear blue skies, a really good day to be on a ferry, I think.
Oh yes. Well, the ferry only took 7 minutes in total to get across, and it was a very smooth, plain sailing. Wow, I don't think I've ever seen so many boats in my life. And if you're wondering what that noise is, no, it's not my creaking knees. It is this barge or boat down here. In fact, it's probably the bridge groaning. The last time that we were in Malta in 2019, we stayed in Valletta and we never went to the 3 cities, and I don't really know why. So it's one of those places where we decided that we must visit, but we don't really know anything about it. So I printed off some information, so hopefully this will help. Malta's 3 cities comprise Cospicua, Vittoriosa, in brackets Burgo, and Senglea. These 3 neighbourhoods are a hotbed of Maltese history, offering an enticing mix of narrow alleyways and classic architecture alongside ancient churches and imposing fortresses. Occupying a strategic position within the Grand Harbour, the 3 cities do not attract the same tourist footfall as Valletta and offer a less frenzied insight into life on Malta's busy coastline. Well, that sounds good to me. Less frenzied, definitely a positive. So we're starting off at Grand Harbour Marina. It says it's a private pontoon, but there is a public walkway along the waterfront. And the information that I printed offline suggested that this is a good place to get your bearings, just to walk along. And I think we don't really know what to expect. Isn't that right, Paul?
Sometimes you find things that you never knew existed, which is going to be the case.
That's going to be the case today. We're just going to walk around and see what we can see. And the first thing that I see, amazingly, is a steam train. Malta is one of those places that is heavily fortified, well, way back in the day, and the cannon still remain. Look at them all here. And over in the distance you can see a very tall chimney, and that is the steam train. I want to check that out. Train seems to be part of the Malta Maritime Museum, which has been funded by, amongst others, Norway grants. That's interesting. So on the other side, just facing us here, there is a massive propeller, from a ship. Well, according to Google Maps, it says this is St. Lawrence Church. It looks like a church, but there was like a shop downstairs. Maybe it's like been turned into a bit of a tourist attraction as well. But it says over there that we have to enter through the side door. So I think we'll just have to do that. Well, we've come round the side and sure enough, there is the door and it is open. Well, the story of St. Lawrence that we just learned in there is phenomenal. This church is dedicated to St. Lawrence, the most celebrated martyr of Rome from the early Christian persecution. He is renowned to have presented to the Roman emperor the poor and the crippled as treasures of the church, and was roasted alive on a grid in AD 258. The origin of the Vittoriosa parish is lost in ancient times and probably dates back to the 12th century. It takes second ranking in terms of precedence after the Cathedral of Mdina.
Hey, if you like sitting back, relaxing, and watching a good tennis match, just as you would at the Australian Open, you could watch our YouTube channel. It's Paul and Marcus, by hitting the subscribe button, and it's free of charge. So why not?
Look, Paul, here on Malta, they have the same pedestrian crossing signal as we have in the UK.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Ooh, I do like a fountain. Although I don't want to get wet, so sometimes it spurts like really high up. There's a statue over here of Dom Mintoff. Who he? An architect. Oh look, and there's me as well. Hello. It's great to see that the old traditional phone boxes here in Malta have been transformed into a new lease of life. This one is a library. Let's take a look. Magazines. Don't know what that is, something to do with college or something perhaps. Various books. And I guess you can just take what you want and maybe leave something in return. No phone, of course. Wow, look at that, Paul.
Oh my god.
Zigzag steps. I don't think I'm going to tackle that because we don't even know what's up there.
Something?
What, San Francisco?
Ah.
Yeah. It is quite hilly here in Malta anyway, isn't it? Well, certainly Valletta is. And the three cities are proving to be the same. But no, I'm not going up there. If we were up there, I'd come down. Now, this is much more to my liking. Palm trees, seating, nobody else around, sunshine, and a pussycat.
Where?
Where? Just there. In fact, there's more than one. Look, she's asleep. Cat amongst the pigeon. And look over here. Another cat in her little house. She's asleep with her dinner by her side. Maybe she's already had her fill. Paul, do you see any more pussycats?
Is that a trick question?
No. Is this one stirring now? The bells. Well, we've got a map here, Paul, and we can see that we are in one of the three cities, Senglea. In actual fact, we've done the other two already. Can't remember the names, but we've been there, so you've seen them. And they're like three fingers, really, that stick out, and this is one of them.
What, like?
Careful now. Yeah. So we are at this point here, This is Dockyard Creek. It says formerly Port of the Galleys. And then on the other side, it's French Creek. And it's coming up to lunchtime and we are looking for something to eat. And when I checked the map before, it did seem to be sort of littered with restaurants. So they should be straight ahead.
Hope so.
Would you like to waddle across the road?
Why?
Duck crossing. Any signs of ducks? Not at the minute.
There they are.
What? Oh wow. Duckies. Gosh, there really are ducks. A little family of ducks over here.
They can fly.
Yes. Well, they are multi-skilled. They can walk, or rather waddle. They can fly and they can swim. So, if you do want to cross the road, your crossing's back that way, ducky. They're probably saying, what is that weird guy doing? Well, we'll just leave you to it then. Bye. Rainbow benches.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're wet.
Oh, well, okay, we won't sit then. But nice to see that they have them all the same, 2 of them. Well, there's actually more than just 2 benches. There's 4 down here and another 4 down this side as well. Oh, there's more over there as well. Twin ones. This is quite a poignant statue as well. It is a moment in a man's life when he has to depart from his loved ones and say farewell. If he ever returns, then he is recognized, though changed and welcomed. Homer's The Odyssey. Well, you wanted something to eat. We have Jufu, sushi, Chinese and Thai.
Yeah, I think
It looks as though it's open.
Yeah.
So let's go take a look. Ooh, sweet and sour chicken. Hong Kong style. Is that the way I like it?
I think so.
Is that the balls?
I think so.
I don't know. Oh no, don't look at that. Well, we had a lovely lunch at Jufu Asian, and after quite a long time deciding what we wanted to eat, or rather what Paul wanted to eat, I knew what I wanted, we eventually did order. So what did you have, Paul?
I think I had like a salmon avocado roll and also like a egg noodle with chicken.
And I had 4 crispy, is it wontons? Is that what they call them?
Pork dumplings.
Pork dumplings, yeah. I shouldn't really have got the crispy. It was lovely, but I'm just sort of thinking about my teeth. Because I've got a little bit of toothache and I'm eating on one side. I thought, oh no, maybe crispy was a little bit too risky, but I survived it. It was delicious. And
the sun.
Oh yes, we're in the sun again. And
can we stay here for a bit?
Okay.
I feel cold.
And then I had the pad thai, which came with 4 prawns. It said 4 on the menu.
And the total price?
And it came up to, with
$31.60.
2 soft drinks, a Coke Zero for me and a 7-Up for you. It came
bad,
to
really.
€31.60. So that was pretty good for a lunch. Well, we're heading towards the Gardjola Gardens, which marks the end point of this finger that we're on. It's so quiet and still here, Paul.
It's so cold.
That's because you're not on the sun at the moment. Do you hear the birdies chirping?
They're having a conversation.
It's like people's flats up there. Look, there's their clothes drying. A flag is flying. And look at the magnificent view they've got over here. Isn't that amazing?
I envy them.
Yeah. That's our ferry again. It's not going very fast though, is it?
No, because there's like lots of things in between.
Yeah, it doesn't really get up a lot of speed.
But it only takes about 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was 7 minutes.
That's
I think it's scheduled for 10 minutes, but it was only 7 minutes when we came over. It just looks so relaxing though. Look at it. A lovely little trip.
They seat like about 200 people up there.
Well, the overall capacity is 200. I think it said 67 people seated upstairs. Yeah, on the upper deck. And in actual fact, that's just Valletta there, isn't it?
Yeah?
Just straight ahead.
Yeah?
That's where it's heading, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. So you can see it's no distance at all. Now, if you really wanted to be adventurous, you could leave that ferry behind and then take this tiny boat over. I'm not that adventurous and I can't swim, so no.
It looks like it is letting in water to be fair.
Yeah, it's sort of it's
like an illusion.
yeah, it's what's that word? Listing.
It looks like it's drowning.
Yeah, no, I don't really want to be on that.
Wow.
Look, we've come to the end of the line.
Look, there are seats over there.
Oh, that's nice. And we're out in the sun again.
Look, I need to put this away now.
This takes us round to the Gardjola Gardens. I guess the tower's part of that. Or part of the Grunenberg battery. Do you think the gardens are up there, Paul?
I have no idea. I don't think we saw signs for it.
Well, it was pointing round here, but I don't see any gardens, although I do see up there are trees growing and it looks as though it could be a garden. But are we going to go up?
Probably not.
I don't think I've got it in me to climb up there.
No, I think that it's way too windy and it's not really straightforward to get up there.
And besides, we've got a ferry to catch. Well, thanks for watching today's episode from the Three Cities.
Yes, thank you so much for watching. For those of you that have liked today's episode, give us a thumbs up. For those of you that have not subscribed already, hit the subscribe button. And for those of you that want to leave a comment, please do so as well.
And if you'd like to buy us a coffee to help us along the way, there is a link in the description. Well, from this fantastic view
Enjoy.
on sunny Malta behind us here, see you next time. Bye.